Comrades Brand Ambassadors are volunteers who are liaising with the existing Comrades runners in their regions. With the Comrades family spread through a wide range of cultural and ethnic groups around the world, they also give the race organizers an insight as to how their area perceives the Comrades Marathon. Amongst other things, the Comrades Brand Ambassadors tell the Comrades story in their respective countries and regions. Our reporter Khotso caught up with the Comrades Marathon Communications Manager, Delaine Cools, to chat a bit more about this.
Using my jacket in this thick Durban humidity, what stood out for me in that ambassadors meeting was the fact that, internationally, how big this event is. And to talk about this and a little bit more, I am joined by Delaine Cools, who is the marketing and communications manager of the Comrades. Delaine, contrary to popular belief, this race is actually quite huge internationally.
Big time, Khotso. I think, Comrades, like the ambassadors always remind us, is not just a South African brand, it's not just a South African event, it's owned by the world. And true to that, we have 28 ambassadors in 25 countries of the world. Obviously, the bigger countries have got 2 ambassadors each, but they really sing the song of the Comrades Marathon. They support our runners in all regions of the world. They promote our brand, and I think we've seen that at its best over the past 2 years when Comrades could not be hosted due to COVID-19. Really felt, I think a lot of runners felt isolated and alone, needing to social distance, and thankfully the Comrades Marathon Association was able to pivot to the virtual space, and with the help of our ambassadors as support structures in their regions and countries, we hosted possibly the world's largest virtual road running event and coined it the Race the Comrades Legends virtual event in 2020, just when we were forced to cancel Comrades 2020. If I can remind you, that race, the traditional Comrades, attracted 27,500 entrants. Then, under the shadow of COVID this year, we had to cap our race at 15,000, but still attracted 15,991 entrants to this year's race. And it is what you see around you. The feeling, the vibe, the hype. Comrades is alive and well. It's like everything about Comrades. It's just absolutely palpable, and we're all amped, to host tomorrow's race. We're expecting over 14,000 registered entrants. So far, we have 3/4 of the field registering at the Comrades Expo here at the Durban International Convention Centre, another 1/4 of the field registering at Comrades House in Pietermaritzburg, and as you can see, people are happy and they're ready to take on the 89.885 kilometre race tomorrow.
I mean, the ambassadors that we were with in that meeting not only spread the good word of the race, but they're also getting their hands a little bit dirty, raising funds and also sneakers for those who cannot afford to buy themselves shoes to run in this race. Just give us a little bit of context in terms of how important these international brand ambassadors are.
Absolutely huge, Khotso. The International Brand Ambassador Program was actually started in 2005. And from like 3 or 4 appointments, it's very quickly blossomed into the 28 ambassadors that we currently have. And they're actually astute professionals in their own right, taking up this voluntary appointment to serve the Comrades brand. Many of them come as first-time runners and just fall in love, not just with the Comrades Marathon, but with our country. I think maybe as South African countrymen and women, we often take what we have in this country for granted. The sunshine, blue skies, the forever never-ending smiles on our people's faces, the melting pot of cultures, cuisine, everything that we have to offer as a people is really what attracts our internationals to this country. This year, like I said, under the whole shadow of COVID, we've still attracted 1,500 international entries from 72 countries. And so we have the biggest contingents coming from the UK, India, Brazil, the US, Germany, even from France and Hungary and all kinds of places. But what the ambassadors do is how they can actually use their little status and platforms to raise funds for the 6 official Comrades charities, for the Etienne Beni School for the disabled children along the route, for any other charitable cause. Last night we had an international runners social to just engage with our runners at one of the venues around Durban, and we got about nearly 100 runners supporting the cause, buying tickets, all of the proceeds going towards buying shoes for underprivileged runners. And we've got a shoe cage at the runners registration entrance, at the entrance to the expo here, and we sometimes get up to 1,200 people how they come to the party, but it just doesn't end there. It's like year on year the Comrades Marathon raises on average 4.5 million rand for our charities. And then we also have runners who race up a race for charity, so they sign up to our fundraising platform, and some of them raise up to 400,000 rand by themselves, just with supportive donors and people wanting to jump on a cause and just give to charity. And it's amazing just how much Comrades runners have this giving spirit in them. It's that camaraderie and unifying spirit and feel-good vibe that seems to just like spread through this whole band of runners. We love it.
They certainly do love it. It's the spirit of Ubuntu, culminated with a bit of charity work. And the people of KwaZulu-Natal are going to receive a cash injection that is projected to be over 400 million rands. That's coming into this economy that's been hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, that was hit hard by the lootings that happened, and of course the recent floodings that happened. And I think, the spirit of togetherness has been brought back into this lovely province.
Right, our reporter Khotso Selo will continue on keeping us up to date with regards to what's happening at the Comrades, or ahead of the Comrades Marathon that's happening tomorrow.